Coach, as this game wore on, team got better. It seemed like they were able to find the juice as the periods wore on. Seemed like every period was better than the last. What do you attribute that to?
The bar being low because the first period was so bad. Um, and I think our guys knew it. They wanted to play better, and I think they were able to. I didn't. The first period 100% was one sided, no doubt about it. But I thought we were right there. I just thought we were chasing a little bit. Probably got what we deserved, down 1-0 going in the second period. Just seemed like a tough night for us, Drew, to get anything going, any sustained ozone time. We were chasing them around in our own zone, all the things that we talk about all the time, and we just didn't do a great job with it. But we hung in there and hung in there and found a way. It's tough to stand here right now, so close after that to tie it up with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and then give up a goal with under a minute. It's hard to wrap your arms around that. But I agree. I thought we got better as the game went on.
To not have maybe your best game out there, but to be able to rally back from a 2-goal deficit, what does it say about the resiliency of the squad?
Well, we've talked about the resiliency of this group because of the lack of success. So you have to keep coming back. You have to keep coming back, whether it's game to game or period to period or month to month, whatever it is. This group is resilient, but we've obviously proven we have no idea how to win hockey games or close out games or whatever it is. And that's something that's going to need to change moving forward. That's just all there is to it. So, yeah, resiliency, but resiliency because it's poor. I'm proud of our guys for continuing to pick themselves up and continuing to take a small picture approach. So it does say that they're kids that are willing to keep fighting. It's hard. We've really had a difficult time getting them to buy into a game plan and then executing that game plan for 60 minutes. And obviously tonight was another example of that.
I mean, you mentioned midweek that Omaha's a little bit different than Denver and North Dakota in the sense that they play a really physical game. Just watching this one, their forecheck's really aggressive. You have 3 guys down low. I mean, what do you kind of do to combat that? What do you tell your guys to look for?
Well, we'll go to the video and we'll see what you saw. But they've got some bigger bodies. They get after you a little bit. I mean, that top line with 19 and 28 and 71, that's top end skill, just like anybody else in this league. But they've got some bigger boys. They'll fight you for it. Sullivan's really good on the face-offs, those kind of things. Yurdahl scored. I mean, 14 Lansdale is a graduate student. Plays physical, plays the game the right way. I think that's what they are. And then they're deep on the back end. Like, we could not get anything going. And we ended up with 13 shots in the second and third, but there was times where it was like, we got desperate for sure as the game went on. They made it 3-1. We definitely got desperate at that point. But I think it's a tribute to them. They're ranked 17 and they're in the national tournament conversation for a reason. It's not a fluke. They're a really good team, and their goaltender was there when they need him to be.
Johnny Waldron's been able to make a big impact consistently through this season, especially with his transition play. Led to a goal tonight. I mean, how nice is that to have in your lineup every night?
Yeah, it's huge. Johnny's been a good player for us. We moved him from wing to center, which I think he really enjoys that. Not that he wasn't a good winger, because he was a very good winger. We want to play him with like-minded players in terms of guys that see the game the way he sees it. He definitely sees it from an offensive perspective. He's got a bunch of poise, almost too much at times. But yeah, he's done a good job, and I thought good things are happening for the most part when the puck's on Johnny's stick.
I mean, how nice is it to see Max Dukovac get on the scoreboard tonight? Especially tonight, felt like he was getting kind of beat up out there, but he really earned that goal.
Yeah, no, I agree. And on Axel's goal, going back to that, Yes, he got the second goal. I think it went in off his stick or off his body or something. But on Axel's goal, he made the play through the neutral zone, got the puck in the zone. Rehards made a puck towards the net, and obviously Axel made a great play at the offensive blue line. But I think all in all, Duke was 100% involved in that play as well. So he wants to be involved offensively. He those sophomores, that's a big class, and they've been thrown in the fire, so to speak. And nice to see him get rewarded.
Was the physicality and you guys really throwing the body around, was that something that you emphasized going into the series, or is that something that just kind of organically happened into the game?
Well, it's not organic. We harp on it every single day, and that's what I talk about, buying into a game plan and playing the game north and getting pucks past them and playing through bodies all the time, and that's something that's been inconsistent. So it's not by accident. It wasn't an Omaha thing. It's a whoever we play thing. That's the type of team we want to have, and some nights we seem to buy into it better than others. But we have to be a physical team. I think when we think back of obviously it's going back a long time, but the month of October, I had two different opposing coaches say how big, heavy of a team that we are. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to sustain that over the course of the regular season or the conference season in particular. But that's when we're at our best, is when we've got people playing through bodies, and even people who don't typically finish checks and play through bodies. It was nice to see them getting involved that way. And again, it was more second and third period because our guys knew we're better than that. Like, come on, we're better than the way we played in the first.
What have you seen from Bruno's kind of ability to take over the net since he's got the starting job?
Well, let's hold on. Like, he doesn't have the starting job. Like, Logan was hurt. We think he's 100% now, and we wanted to give him the absolute amount of time to get 100%. Bruno has done a nice job. He has done a nice job. We knew what Bruno was. We think it's one of those positions where you've got basically two scholarship guys, and I'm not downplaying Carter McPhail, but we expect Bruno and Logan coming into this season to carry the mail for us when it came to goaltending. The month of October, he was not eligible. The month of November, he was injured. So he played one game against St. Cloud that obviously went sideways pretty quick. Well, second half of the game went sideways. Neitz then took over the net. What we think over the next 5 games is we have two guys that can win a game for us or help us win a game or put us in a position to win the game when it comes to our goaltending position. And we've obviously seen Carter McPhail do a job when he gets a chance. So, our plan going into the weekend was Bruno Friday, Logan Neaton Saturday, and that's where we sit right now. Bruno gave us a chance tonight. Fortunately, it didn't go our way. Tomorrow night, we see what Logan can do.
You mentioned the depth on the back end that Omaha has. Where do you think tomorrow night the sustainable offense comes from for you guys?
Well, I think it's a process thing, and it starts at their blue line, getting pucks to the goal line, getting pucks to the weak side hash, and then going to a forecheck. That's what it has to be. Just like their forecheck and our breakout, we're going to go the video, watch what we do, watch our forecheck, watch how they want to break the puck out, make our adjustments, and hopefully turn them around more at the offensive blue line. Again, buying into a plan where it's not making plays east-west at the offensive blue line, it's north-south. Yes, there are opportunities to do east-west plays at the offensive blue line, but it can't be all the time. We got to turn them around and make them defend.
Max, I know it's a tough one to swallow there, but your goal that you scored in the third period, your team as a whole in the third period seemed to really turn it on. But that goal for you was your first one in a little bit. How'd that feel to finally be able to light the lamp again?
Yeah, that one felt really good. Been on a bit of a drought here for a bit, so when all else fails, just go to the net and kind of just stop there. Waldron made a nice play and then popped out to Rehards, and he just shot it off my shin pad. So fortunate to get that one, but unfortunate that we didn't get the win tonight. So.
The third period, it seemed like you had a concerted effort to get to the net. You mentioned the get to the net and good things happen. So what were you able to do differently in that third period versus the first two to be able to drive the net and get to the net a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it's just moving the puck to my teammates when they have speed and when they're open, and then obviously working to get to the net. It's not easy, but you have to work to get there, and I feel like in the past I haven't been getting to the net as much as I could. So tonight I kind of just focused on going and planting my body there, and luckily it worked out for me tonight.
I mean, 2 shots in the first period, but then after that, you guys really turned it on offensively. That's 2 Fridays in a row that you guys have done that. What does that say about you guys as a group that you're able to kind of create that energy by yourselves?
Yeah, I mean, pretty poor start. We knew as a team going into the locker room after the first period that that's not how we play, that's not how we want to play, and that's not who we are. So we kind of recouped, caught our breath in the locker room, and tried to have a better start to the second.
Seemed like the physicality, it was very high right from the jump of this game. What kind of concerted effort did you guys make just to kind of match that level of intensity, especially late in the game?
Yeah, well, our coaches are huge on finishing on the body every chance you get. So not flying by, not skating away, not shying away from the hits, because obviously teams in this league, they're pretty physical, so we have to match that.
First time you've had a chance to see them in person. I know you've seen tape, but first time you've had a chance to see Omaha. Did they do anything differently than you expected, or how did you feel they played in comparison to what you expected?
No, I wouldn't say it's too different from last year. They kind of just have the same forward group for the most part, skilled forwards, and then I think their D are pretty big, can skate, and they're pretty skilled as well. So nothing too different from last year's group.
What do you think it takes tomorrow to kind of bottle up that energy and that intensity you had in the third period and take it to them tomorrow?
Yeah, just remember that feeling in the third period and kind of come back feeling like we owe these guys. Obviously, we didn't play how we wanted the first 2 periods, but we kind of let that game slip away from us. So, recoup, go back, watch some video, and come ready to play tomorrow for the last home game of the year.